Ladies and gentlemen, you're listening to Hal Martin on the Detroit Reunion Weekend on WNIC, WNIC FM, Dearborn, Detroit.
The Detroit Reunion Weekend, WNIC.
12 years, I got kicked upstairs, and it's just as well, gang. But to do fill-in work and so forth. But my real name is Michael Spears, and it always was. But when you got into radio a long time ago, they had the jingles with the guys' names on them.
What's wrong with Michael Spears? I can't imagine why anybody would want to change that.
Yeah, I didn't, but they had a jingle with Hal Martin on it, and that stuck for about 7 or 8 years.
That's it, the old save money trick.
That was cheaper than having an agent.
You know the kind of stations I work on.
Hal Martin, we probably have a nasty trick to pull on you. I told you that we have an old air chuck of you from the old days in Detroit, and he said he wanted to hear it first.
I just ate. Could you save it for a little later?
We're not going to do that. So here we go. This is a bona fide classic tape right here. Hal Martin.
Here we go.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, Hal Martin.
CKLW, the Motor City.
10 o'clock in the Big 8, 9 o'clock in Detroit. Do I walk the vocal? That's what I'm worried about.
I'm trying to come up with all kinds of clever innuendos, fun goodies, pleasures of the flesh, etc. But I got one message I want to get across loud and clear. That's this. Hal Martin is back.
CKLW.
Summer of hot hits. Hal Martin in my hot pants. Tonight, and this one certainly makes my britches burn. Believe me.
Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. Well, just after 4 o'clock, and as always, I'm starting late, right? Couple minutes in. And I thought we'd roll some music from the era I was around. That was the Big Chill Time. Remember this? WNIC, it's a reunion weekend, and I'm called Hal Martin. We've got a request line here at 298-6666 if you got something from the Big Chill era you'd like to hear, like some CC. WNIC, it's the reunion weekend. Hal Martin's back on the air in Detroit. Would it ever happen? I got to play some of my Motown favorite music. NIC, it's a reunion weekend. Music of the Big Chill era. I'm Hal Martin, and I'm happy to be here until 7 o'clock tonight, 4:15. And looking at the weather, well, those thunder showers have pretty much moved away. And tonight, down to 48. We're just moving a little closer into the summertime. Remember this one from Mungo Jerry?
In the summertime.
WNIC reunion weekend. You know, silicone can be fun, especially if you're...
Busted flat in Baton Rouge, waiting for a train.
Reunion weekend with Hal Martin. I got my Detroit Tigers ball cap on. They're doing pretty good. They just fired Doug Rader down at the Texas Rangers. I'm in Dallas, Texas these days, and that was Bobby McGee. 1970, a little bit of Janis Joplin. That sounds good. We got some Bee Gees coming up. I got an old Dylan. I got, Elton John's first one coming up. We've been doing all kinds of fabulous music this weekend at WNIC Reunion Weekend. Be sure and call someone and tell them to turn on the radio, AM and FM. We're on both sides, and we are just having a fabulous time this afternoon.
Hey, we really do want to ask you, Al, just so the people around Detroit will know what you've done since you left, where you are now.
I've been escaping the IRS.
No, really, give us a... well, you don't have to get too detailed, but...
first of all, I haven't used this name, Hal Martin. That was my radio name that was given me a long time ago, since I left here. I haven't been on the air, honest, in 12 years, except on a fill-in basis. I've been in management, and Michael Spears is my real name, but I went up to San Francisco and was at KFRC out there for about 5 years, and down to Los Angeles for a year. Bought my own radio station, which is much like WXYZ today, all news and talk in the Tampa Bay area. We were down there about 4 years. And I guess the last thing we are doing now, I'm managing a station in Dallas, an AM and FM station down there. K104 is the station. And we are also doing a syndicated television show, which is called The Beam, Black Entertainment and Music. And we hope to have that on the Detroit area very soon. And we just stay busy all the time. We've got lots of things we're trying to get done.
It doesn't make you a Cowboys fan, does it?
About the biggest one you'll ever see up there in Detroit.
With Hal Martin. Well, throw it into these
5:33 in the afternoon. It's 58 degrees, and it's the reunion weekend at WNIC. Yeah, it's 24 before 6, and this is Hal Martin on a WNIC reunion weekend. We go back to 1971. Bee Gees have promised you, how do you mend a broken heart? WNIC reunion weekend. Hal Martin, remembering a lot of the music of the 70s, the 3 biggest lies of the 80s. The Mercedes is paid for, the mortgage is assumable, and my cold sore will go away.
The Detroit Reunion Weekend.
You bet.
WNIC.
Hal Martin, glad to be here. 298-6666 if you'd like to say hi. We'd like to get on your favorites. A lot of these songs we've been playing this afternoon are about women. Green-Eyed Lady, Lay Lady Lay. Honky Tonk Woman, Maggie May, Were we preoccupied with you-know-what back in those years? Absolutely. Mr. Harper to us all, and bring in some of our people that have been on the radio this weekend and some more that are coming onto the radio.
Well, the studio is packed right now.
It is
you
full
should
of
run
people.
through the talent lineup we have in here. I mean, Jim Davis, Aka Edwards,
You can wipe up
Harry Burbank, and Scott Regan. Yeah, really.
Drop a bomb in
a lot of radio stations across the country. Right
Shall we all together now? We are the world. We are the children. Alice. Poor man's attempt.
Well, this is great, and obviously we could not put a sign up at the back door, check your egos, because
it's impossible.
That's what this is all about. This sounds great, and to see all you guys, everybody looks younger than me, though. It's kind of embarrassing.
This started at this station, and as I was playing the Beatles, I thought about this. Once and for all, we have to know, is Paul McCartney dead?
You have to ask Scotty. He's the Beatle expert.
Actually, WKNR, I think, started that originally. They were the ones that told that story. Hey, Scotty.
Russ, hiya.
With your
hiya.
Diet Pop in your hand.
Little Diet Pop. Never heard anyone. Was Russ Gibb.
Russ did that.
On Keener FM.
You know, somebody called Russ and said, if you play Revolution Number 9 backwards, Uncle Russ, it says, turn me on, Dead Man. And he did it on the air, and it just went nuts.
I remember when he did that.
2020 is still playing backwards Led Zeppelin. I mean, that's from 1970. I saw that the other night. Come on.
That's going along with the Hugh Downs is dead.
And you can tell by looking at you've had nothing but tremendous reaction on the telephone. Hey, do this again. Will you bring this guy in, or will you play this music? And whoever thought this up ought to get a raise, because it's just a lot of fun, and the listeners are
we take two.
The listeners are really enjoying it. The phones have been like strobe lights going. No one told. Byron McGregor was my roommate, and nobody told that his nickname was McCrude.
Yeah, we used to call him Bodens McCruger.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, he's still in town, so
he's going to come over here in a minute and bust up this place.
That's right.
He's got a very legitimate job now. He works at a news station. He's a very credible guy, or used to be. It's a couple minutes after 7. I can never call you Michael Spears, because you'll always be Hal Martin to me.
Oh, how sweet. How sweet. Thank you very much.
Certainly, it's been our pleasure to have you here, Hal.
Thank you. Thank you very much. When in Dallas, dial us in. We are K104 FM and in Dallas, and give us a listen. And I won't say goodbye. I'll just say to be continued, because I'd like to see y'all do this again sometime.
That's great. Thank you
very much for having me back.
We have...